to our episode, and it's a pleasure to meet you today. How are you doing?
Now I'm happy. I'm glad. Nice to meet you too.
Tell us about yourself, please.
I'm a social communicator and journalism. I really loved to write. Like yesterday, I was thinking a little bit about myself, and I found out that every time I have something to say, I write it down. So I like to write, and I think it's natural. I've studied journalism and social communication, and I'm going to study linguistics in a couple of months. Again, I'm going to go back to college because I like to write. Even though I'm a journalist and worked as a journalist for a short while, I became an English teacher, and I specialized myself before becoming an English teacher in international commerce. I used to do international commerce, like import, export, things like that. And then I got married. I have two kids. They're in their 20s, early 20s. One is 20, the other one is 21. So since they were like Irish twins, I had to look for a job that would allow me to be with them. So I became an English teacher. Been teaching English for almost 37 years now because I was a tutor and then I progressed.
Let's talk a little bit about your writing experience, and more specifically, why did you choose to write your book with Easy Mark Publishing?
Okay, one, because I like to write. And when I see a grammar mistake, it hurts my eyes and I have physical pain. So I'm very good at it. So it causes me physical pain to see private English lessons I gave were not that full. And I started looking for a writing job or editing job or something in writing, because that way I would be able to manage my time efficiently and do what I really love to do. So, but I wanted to write something. I wanted to produce something that belonged to me. And that's, I don't know, I started applying everywhere. And that's when Ismark Publishing reached out to me. And we had a first phase interview. And he asked me, Mark asked me, how would you write this? And I gave him my way of organizing a book, for example, not this one. But, and then he told me, okay, I like it. I'm very good in writing. I'm very good in grammar. I'm very good in spelling. What I would say, a native English speaker. So he told me, okay, why don't you write about your country? He told me about the project. And I told him, okay, I live in Bolivia. And he loved the name. And he said, and I told him, we are situated in the heart of South America. And like, I think he liked the vocabulary I used, and he proposed to me, and I said, fine. He accepted my services, and I accepted his proposal. Okay. And that's how I came to write about Bolivia.
Yeah, that sounds a very suitable story to our mission, which is to empower female writers and females in general. So I guess we found you and you found us, and that's amazing. Now, Monica, let's talk a little bit about your country, Bolivia. What makes you be proud of it?
Everything. We have beautiful landscape. We have a pristine landscape. It's beautiful places and exotic places that people should know about. We have very much to offer. Although we are a landlocked country, Bolivia is rich in natural resources. And we have, for example, in Cochabamba, we have Chapare. It's a very beautiful place. It's where you can go to a tropical area and you can go and relax. So yourself and enjoy the nature. It's, I think, one of the fewest countries in the world that has all the kinds of weather or even landscapes that the world has. We have highlands, for people that like the cold areas. We have the mountains like Ilimani, we have snow in the mountains, we have so much history as well in our country that people should enjoy that, because even though it is 21st century, you can still see things that happened not even in the colonial period, much earlier. Before that, great Inca Empire was settled also in Bolivia, and we have a lot of richness to offer to people so they can come and enjoy not only La Paz or not only Santa Cruz, but the cities in between. So people do not know that. They just come to one part, they go to Lake Titicaca, Lake Copacabana, and they go to Santa Cruz, and the rest of the departments, they don't know that. So they should. And not only that, we have great gastronomy. We have great food here. You should come.
Top three favorite dishes coming from your local cuisine.
Okay, I have a lot. Like, well, for example, my personal dishes are what I call el chachchu, because I like it, and I like the hot sauce that comes with it. I like escabeche. It's I won't tell you what it's made of. Yes, and I like el puchero. Yeah, those are the three dishes that I would eat all day and never get tired of. They have their special condiments, and I always eat these with what we call a very hot sauce that's called yahua, which is a mixture of tomato and green hot pepper, or maybe red hot pepper, or yellow red pepper, which is called in Spanish locoto, and you just grind it in stone, which is called batan, and you put the quirquiña, which I have never seen it in any other country than here, quirquiña. And the other thing that we have, for example, that is my favorite dish, anything that's made with papalisa. Papalisa is a little small potato it's yellow with red dots or purple dots, and you can make excellent dishes with papalisa, especially the soup and what we call the sata. Yeah, those are my favorite things that I eat.
Monica, let's talk about, you mentioned the beautiful nature you have. Let's expand in it and talk about your favorite top three hiking points.
Okay, my top three hiking points, I would, the thing is, you cannot talk about three hiking points, but for example, the most popular destination here in my city is Chapare. But what they are overlooking for is that we have also Inca ruins here in my city. It's called Incallacta, and you can go there and you can see it's like a small or little Inca empire in a small province, and it's beautiful. I would go there a lot if I had the time. That would be one, Incallacta, and Chapare, definitely Chapare, but Incallacta is a must for us to know, because we have the Inca Empire remnants here, and we have a beautiful water tourist guide says that the emperor came here, and that little cascade is called the Ñusta Cascade, where his fiancés used to take a bath there, and it's beautiful. It has a lot of legend. It has a lot of history. Another place where I would go, even though I don't like to get dirty, is Toro Toro. It's a dinosaur remnant. You can see big dinosaur footsteps in Toro Toro. And the only way that you can go through to Toro Toro is through Cochabamba. And then the last one everybody knows Lake Titicaca, Potosi also. The last part that they should go is Tarija, because we have a wine route there. So you can go see the grapes and you can drink homemade wine. Another thing that I really would like to add to this, to the cuisine part as well, it doesn't matter where you go, food is involved everywhere. The most important thing is that all of the food that we have here is organic.
Lovely.
Organic. Yes, yes. That's what everybody likes. I want organic tomatoes. I want everything we have here is organic.
Okay,
Yes.
let's talk about your favorite top 3 beaches that you would recommend. Maybe one for family-friendly activities, one for couples, and one for solo travelers.
Okay. One should be the Bolivian Pantanal. We have our own Pantanal in Santa Cruz. That would be for couples, for families, and for trips. The other one I would recommend, strongly recommend, have a tour, a short 2-week tour maybe, or 1-week tour, because this is not an expensive country to live. It's not. You can come from Santa Cruz, Potosí, Oruro, Cochabamba, and La Paz, and you can meet all the southern part of Bolivia in about a week. Now, if you want a more specialized, I think adventure tourism,
Yeah.
if you really like that, and it's in bucket list as well, people should go for adventure to Beni and Pando. Those are very pristine states, departments of our country, and which they are practically unexplored, and we could say, yeah, virgin land for the tourism part. The weather is nice, the food is nice, the people are so lovely over there. Another thing, that if you want to come just for a couple of days, few days, you should plan your trip to come during carnavales, because it's party all the time. It's party. And things that you should, like, if for carnavales, you should know when to come, because you have to book for the big carnavales of Oruro and our Corso de Corsos in Cochabamba. And I think Santa Cruz has also another carnival parade. But it's the carnavales around our country are beautiful, and they're nice, and people should come and visit and see our customs, because in those parades you will see a small narration of our history from the Inca period to the colonial period, with dances, and that's the richness of our country.
Yeah, that definitely is. It's like having fun with culture and with history.
Yes.
I think it sounds like an amazing experience to have. Okay,
Yes.
Monica, let's talk a little bit about the hidden gems in Bolivia. You already mentioned that it's a pretty budget-friendly country to visit for travelers, which is, I guess, one attraction. Now let's focus on the hidden parts.
The hidden gems are pretty much the ones that we call the thermal waters. I don't know how to say it in English. Thermal aguas termales. That's the water that comes from the ground, and they say that it has healing powers.
Yeah.
And we have that around our western part of the country. They are rich also in history, and you can see, also be in contact with nature. And there's the place, if you just want to come and relax, hidden gems are strongly recommended.
For travel experience with healing experience, then the waters that you mentioned will be good fit for it.
Yes.
Okay, now let's talk a little bit about safety and security here. Are there any tourist traps that you would like to mention?
Okay, first, this is, I think, one of the safest countries that you will be able to. One, because there's no terrorism. Two, the security, especially for foreigners, is very well guarded, and we like tourist people. We like foreigners come to visit. We see someone from another country and we're happy, and we are glad, and we like to tell them, you should go to this place. Where have you been? Go to that place. What did you eat? Go to this place. So the security is great, but of course you have to be careful with certain things. One, just like in anywhere, right? So if somebody tells you, look, I'm from migration office, please come with me. Just don't go to strange people. Don't talk to foreigners or to people that you don't know, even though they say that they're from law enforcement or anything. Don't. People that can take away your purse, just don't flash your things around. But besides the normal, I shouldn't say normal, but besides all of these petty crimes that happen here and around the world, it's pretty safe. You can walk, you can go from one place to another, you can take pictures, you can make your tourism trips freely.
And so what is one thing you would like the world to know about Easymark Publishing and the mission we are all focused on?
Yes, I think that the mission that Ismark Publishing is doing is more what we call altruism, because you're still investing in the authors, and the project for them that Ismark Publishing is doing towards the world, I think it's an outstanding job, because in an electric and digitally community, we are still he has still found places or gaps or niches for the people to be able to know more about the world and to motivate and people to travel, because I think traveling is something that all of us should have in our and make it part of our lives, because I think that traveling enriches your soul, gives you peace, helps you to make new friends, and instead of saying, okay, how do I go to the internet, you have the real thing in the book, like a map of where to go, when to go, how to reach there. And it's a very detailed job. And I think that the work that Ismark Publishing is something that should be very, very well valued. All of us are writing from the heart.
Why do you think your travel guide about Bolivia is the best guidebook?
One, because I'm Bolivian, because I raised here. I was raised, but I finished part of my life here and I stayed. And because what I'm talking is the things that people already know, but the things that people do not know, like the hidden gems. So like everybody comes and says, okay, we have just 3 places. There are not many places in Bolivia where we can go. That's not true. There are more places that you can come to, and you can stay here and enjoy the nature, because right now everybody wants that, enjoying nature, be in contact with trees and the freshest air possible, which I think it is in my country. So like nobody knew about, for example, Inca Yacta, or they do, but they don't value that. And they don't know that we had our own little Inca empire here. Really, it's like Machu Picchu, but smaller. And we should see the other fortresses in Samaipata and Beni and Pando are something that we have 3 rivers joining into one, and it's a unique country that I invite people to come and see and have that experience that's going to last forever.
What is one thing no one knows about you?
Nobody knew that I wrote a book until a few days ago, an interview for my book. And he said, what book? And I think that they don't know that I love producing. I love to write. I think people see me as a just English teacher, but not as someone that loves to create content.
Thank you so much, Monica, for the work you've done with Easymark Publishing and for the insights and interesting facts you shared with us today. Have a lovely afternoon today, and we'll be in touch.
Thank you very much, Lily. It was so nice meeting you, and I really enjoyed this interview. Thank you.
Likewise. Take care, Monica. Bye-bye.
But you too. Bye-bye.